there. Welcome back to Liz and Sandro's Marketing Podcast. Today, Sandro has 3 pretty big social media updates to talk about. So I'll let him jump in and we'll chat through them.
Thanks, Liz. Since we've been gone for 4 months, so much has happened out there. So these are just some of the more recent updates that may affect your small business. First, last month, Facebook finally implemented a stricter version of what organic reach is. Now, while reach is something a few of us don't take seriously, mainly because it's one of the numbers we cannot verify, we have to take Facebook's word for granted. Meaning, if Facebook says 5 people commented on my post, I can see it, or check it and verify it. Or if they say an ad ended in 10 purchases, or 100 people were sent to my website, I can pretty much look that up too. It may be off a little bit here and there, but it's something I can check. With reach, there's no real way to check it. So many of us have to kind of take that number with a grain of salt. Well, now that number will be dropping for many of us if it hasn't already. Previously, Facebook has reported reach as the number of times your post was loaded into someone's newsfeed. So, if you go to Facebook on your desktop or open it up on your phone app, several stories preload so that when you scroll, you see stories and posts. Well, people who never scrolled will never see your post. However, if it was loaded, then it counted as someone reached. They were reached even if they never saw it, even if they never scrolled to see that post. So now, as of February 12th, Facebook is updating this to match what ads reach was. That is, they only count reach when a post is visible to a person. Now, how visible it has to be counted as a reach is not explained by Facebook. So would it be a third of your post, just the top of somebody's head, or would it be half of the post, or would it be the full post? We don't know. But the bottom line is your reach numbers are probably lower than before. However, the number of people actually seeing your ad or your post probably hasn't actually changed.
So this timing is interesting that we're talking about this today, and literally as we've been recording, I'm reading an article that Procter & Gamble has slashed digital ad spending by $200 million, which is huge. And they have been pushing Facebook, Google, YouTube to be more transparent. So this is going to be huge as big brands have been pushing for changes, and it's going to trickle down into small businesses. And yeah, I'm hoping we get tons more data, and I'm hoping that digital advertising is still a good investment for everybody. Procter & Gamble doesn't think so. So we'll just have to see how this plays out.
And I'm hoping that these big advertisers push them towards third-party verification. Facebook won't allow third-party verification yet, but hopefully they will soon. We want another party to check to make sure their numbers are real.
Yeah, so in this Wall Street Journal article, I think there was something about that. I've got to go back and read it, but I think there is some third party doing some auditing. I think it may just be on Procter & Gamble ads. I'll have to go back and check. But yeah, no, I agree.
That would be very welcome. So the bottom line, your reach numbers are probably lower than before. However, the number of people actually seeing your ad, it probably hasn't changed. On the good side, if you're dividing reach by the number of people engaging with each post, that percentage should be going up, as you should have the same number of people engaging divisible by a lower number of people being reached. On to Twitter, it finally has a bookmark option. Hooray! Liz and I were testing it. Yes.
Although I can't see it.
Yeah,
it's not on my mobile or desktop versions, which is weird.
I don't see it on desktop either yet. It's March 2nd today.
It's March 1st.
It's March 1st today, but I do see it on my mobile, and we tested it out, and it's pretty awesome. How many times have you liked or favorited a tweet only because you wanted to go back and read the article later, or wanted to favorite a tweet to read later, but didn't want it to be public or for that other person to know? As a side note, apparently Melania Trump favorited a tweet that was critical of her husband, and that became big news. It may have been accidental, or she may have wanted to read it later. Well, now, by bookmarking a tweet, it is private, and you can save it for later and check it out later on in the bookmarks section of your Twitter account. One bad thing about this, you may see less favorites or hearts on your posts, as people may do this less and bookmark more. I'd love for Twitter to show data of how many people have bookmarked your tweet. Maybe not the person or the people who've bookmarked them, but anonymized data saying, hey, 20 people have bookmarked this tweet. And that way you'd get guidance on
that would be helpful.
what to post in the future. Yeah, absolutely. Or what people like.
What's interesting to people, for sure.
Exactly. So hopefully they'll be coming out with that soon. And finally, on March 23rd, Twitter will be restricting some of the automation to multiple accounts due to shenanigans during the last election, presidential election.
I love that. Shenanigans.
So
It's a very PC way to say it.
So you will no longer be able to post the same tweet to multiple accounts via automation. So let's say you own a chain of brake shops or auto shops or restaurants in different markets. Each city or market has its own Twitter account for your business. You could always use Hootsuite or Buffer to write one tweet and boom, send it out to all of the accounts. Well, it appears you will no longer be able to do this. I'm not sure how this is going to affect Buffer or Hootsuite. I actually tweeted Buffer a week ago and said, hey, what's going to happen? And they said they are looking into it. One of my clients is a chain of movie theaters, and I know this will affect us and make it more difficult to tweet because when you want to tweet the latest numbers from Box Office Mojo for the latest Black Panther movie, then you want to send it out to everybody to share it, but now you have to do it one by one by one and change a letter here and change a punctuation mark there. It's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Bottom line here, if you have multiple Twitter accounts and locations for your business, you may not be able to tweet the same thing to each after March 23rd. I'm sure we'll have updates in the near future of how that will affect Buffer and Hootsuite.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're going to have to do all that manually, which totally sucks, but it's probably for the greater good. And these are just a few of the updates that have happened over the last 4 months. So we are going to be diving into this more and more as we go. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you learned something and can apply it in your marketing. Don't forget to connect with us on all of our social channels at The Marketing Podcast. We'll have links in the show notes for you. Send us your questions and stay tuned for some interviews. We are starting to work on those episodes as well. Thanks for joining us.